versus a woman is like, okay, I can go back to my parents. I don't care. I know a lot of women like, I don't care if he leaves me because I just can go somewhere else, and very easy at that. Before we move on, let's get this next guy in here. Of course, Baby Groot is running late today. First of all, none of that shit. None of that shit. You're late. You're late, and you knew the time changed.
I forgot the time change. That's one. Two, I have a nerve pain that I was trying to deal with. Three,
Oh,
I was trying to make sure that I don't exit out in pain. So when you do a lot of rotating around the shoulder neck pain area, whereby that nerve is messing my right elbow, and I don't want to punch the screen by accident if I trigger something. Hello, nothing little on me. I'm a big African grizzly bear. Remember that. Thank you.
So, Sean, I know how much of
oh
our
my
show
gosh.
the network you've been watching because we created a network out of it. Our little joke is I call him Baby Groot because I met him in person actually in New York. He's So I looked at him like, "Oh, you're a big motherfucker." So that's where the joke came from. Uh,
Oh,
okay, let's Sean, you go next. Alicia, did you watch the video in chance?
yeah, I watched a little bit of it.
Okay. So
What?
Sean, you go next. Alicia go after, and then Big Baby over there is going to go over his open thoughts. And did you watch the video? Or
Really?
not yet.
I didn't get to watch this video.
Okay, so I'm going to play the video again after they go, and you talk about the video and open thoughts at the same time. All right, go
No
ahead, Sean.
problem.
Okay. It sounded kind of personal. She was, some of what she was saying has some validity, and other it was just leaning more towards of what she felt. And it is what it is. If I was having a conversation with her, I would have challenged her on a few of the things. That karma thing goes both ways. To your point that you was making a second ago,
Mhm.
men, in my opinion, love harder than women,
I
love
agree.
more significant than women. And so, therefore, we do have a lot more to lose. Now, women tend to disagree with that because they, have their heart involved and things of that nature. But despite our heart, despite our hurt feelings, despite our, uh, uh, you know, discrepancies with what you have done with us, we still love.
Hmm.
Only thing that women love unconditionally outside of themselves and possibly their children. And I say possibly because it's not all women who do love their children unconditionally. But
Mhm.
I always love me like you love your child, not because I want to be have a motherly figure or I want to be baby, because that's who you love the most. That's who you have unconditional love for, and I deserve the same because I'm going to treat you that way.
Lately, I've been challenged that a little bit. I'll tell you why. I'm not saying you should not love your kids unconditionally. You should, but you should not always put your kids first. You should also put your man, your husband, up front because when they go to college and leave, they're not going to be around. Your husband's going to be around, so you have to make sure you give him as much attention as you give your kids too.
You're actually lending to the point that I just made. That's
Exactly.
why,
That's why I want to bring that up.
yeah, you need to do that. But women don't understand that they'll love their children like because I feel like that's who they and ladies correct me if I'm wrong, but that's who they
Okay.
can control. That's
Yeah.
who
Mm.
they who relies on them and they like that feeling of being relied on.
Hmm.
Whereas
Yeah.
we rely on them because we want to, not because we have to.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. Before we move on to Alicia, do you girls want to challenge that any shape, way, or form before we move on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will, especially since I
Go ahead.
have Tyler. Um, so I really wouldn't say, I mean, my son is my world, I will say that.
Hmm.
Um, but I still feel like I do know exactly what people were talking about and saying, like Pete was saying, that you gotta put your man first because I see that all the time. Yes, because you're not gonna be with your son forever. So I agree with him on that because you do, because in the end, when they go off to their own land, to their own whatever they're gonna bring their dreams too. You know, they're moving out, they're that. Then who do you have left if you don't give attention to the other person that's in your life? So I do agree that, I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't love my son unconditionally, and I do,
Nobody's saying that.
but what?
Nobody's saying that. I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
right.
like me and Sean are saying, you should also love your
Yes.
man as equally, maybe a little more too, because he's the one who's gonna have your back when you're sick, when you're not
Yes.
there. That's what we're always saying. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm on that side of it. Yeah, no, I agree. You know, my son is my world, but also so is whoever may come into my life, you know. I will give them that much more if they are, you know, someone special in my life. Like I will treat them like that, like not just, oh, my son, my son, my son. I won't just I won't just say, oh no, he does this, he does this, I get to control this from him, I do that. No, I agree that it has to go hand in hand with somebody.
Yeah. All right, David. I'm gonna play the video and go in your open thoughts and talk about the video at the same time. Just give me 1 second. Wrong one.
Women bring spiritual protection to men. There's a certain type of abundance and wealth that you can only get with being with a woman that you cannot get anywhere else or solo. Some women are doing community service because you do not even realize you're spiritually protecting a man by being with him. You may know he's not for you. Maybe he's a mess. Maybe he has an addictive personality, etc. You are staying with him and you are simultaneously spiritually protecting him, and you don't even realize you're doing it. You may notice that when a woman leaves a man, that's when all the karma hits him and when his life falls apart. He starts dating women that are also not healthy. The woman prior had to remove herself for karma to come in, and that's why men who abuse women or mistreat them, they receive the worst types of karma.
All right, David. The floor is yours.
Ooh, okay. Yes and no on that part. Let me explain why I say yes and no. Because the fact that that was the subject of that video, this bring in an element I don't think a lot of women want to hear or really want to put their finger on. So when you talk about spiritual protection, the question you need to ask, what kind of moral compass does that person really has? Now, it's safe to say we in a very weird society whereby so-called religion is all over the place. You got too many denominations of Christianity out there already after this. And anyone who understands the black church, we know that we have too many fake sisters in the congregation as of lately today. Now, for someone who came from a very strong upbringing whereby they don't play around with their spiritual walk, I can say yes.
Mm-hmm.
That type of caliber, keyword that you remember what I say, caliber of woman that protect a man on a spiritual level. I think they apply for those in the Islamic faith as well. Now, it's safe to say there's not a lot of women that have that fundamental foundation to say they're that kind of person. Because we've seen for the past couple of years, everybody like to do this. They claim to be that type of person, but their actions don't speak it. I have always saying, let your action be aligned with your words.
Mm-hmm.
And what that woman saying in that video is very, very true because, for one, there's a structure, there's a hierarchy. And I know to all the feminists out there, when I like to hear it, and those that be on that ugly ass gravy train on multiple platforms, it is God, nothing with it. God, men, women, and children. There's a hierarchy that must be followed. If you're following that hierarchy down to the T, then what that woman said apply you all to protect her because as the man the head of the house, the woman is like the manager. The one that make sure the household is in order, but also she have that spiritual insight of watching out for her husband in case of anything that might pop up. If you're that woman that's supposed to protect your husband, spiritually speaking, that means you're his wise counsel. Meaning you know person of wisdom because you look at the medieval day, you have the kings who are very powerful, who rule kingdom, but they have a queen who not only subtle, feminine, but have a level of inside understanding to give her husband, who's the king, some wise insight like, honey, let's look at it. I think if you approach it this way, this might work. It's my suggestion, but I want you to think it out. See through what I'm saying, then add it to your idea, then see what works best for you. That would be the kind of role that women want to play. Now, let's bring back to today's society. How many don't fit in that criteria? Without the sisterhood with the fork and the shovels or the machete that's going to cut you down and call you a pick me. Hmm? Then I'm breaking it down right now because if I want to throw a scripture, that'll be a feature in chapter 5, verse 22 to 33, First Peter chapter 3, verse 1 through 7, Second Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3, I believe. Okay, like I tell you to be a Bible nerd. These are the things that I don't think a lot of people want to get in that. That's why I stay away from my conversations after a while because I've been on certain panel and I've been itching to give some of the women the ultimate haymaker they'll never come back from. That decided let me just step away from that because sometimes it gets real annoying. But that right there, that video, it doesn't apply to a lot of it applies to a very, 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 very small group of women that fall in that category. And that is the harsh reality.
And that's true. It is a harsh reality, and it's a fine. I was saying earlier before you guys got on is like the part of it that also gets on my last fucking nerves sometimes when women say I don't need a man, but sometimes you do need a man, and they go, oh, when I tell them, okay, can you change a tire? I want to usually that's a super example, like that's a career, it doesn't count. I'm like, yeah, it does. It fucking does. I'll give Alicia's best example. She forgets always to put gas in her car.
Oh
And
my God, I'm terrible.
yeah, I don't laugh when you get stranded. Mike, you mute. Yeah, David.
Sorry. You don't need a gasoline car, you need a solar car. Sorry about that. So in
Right.
case she forget her gas, she get powered by solar energy, so she won't get like lost on the highway or lost in the middle of the street. I'm just saying.
Sport resurrection. What are you talking about, dude?
If she could forget to put gasoline in her car, then get an electrical car
I
or solar energy
I
car.
always wait till the last minute, and then I'm on E, and then I have to run and get it.
Dude, I'll put it this way. It was maybe what 6-7 months ago. Last time we hanged out, right? Something like that,
Yeah.
right, Alicia? So last time
Yes.
we were gonna. I remember she asked me, oh, can you? Oh, I was helping her put a Christmas light. That's what it was.
Yes.
She goes, all right, I need more lights. I go, okay. I'm like, where's the store? I'll put them up for you. I'm here anyway. Like, whatever. She goes, all right. He's around the corner. I'm like, all right, let's get it. My car's already in the road because I park on the street. She goes, okay, I got it. He goes, no, we need to use my car. Like, why? He goes, you hate driving. She goes, yeah, I'm on E. I need to put gas. I'm like, oh, Christ almighty.
Mm-hmm.
And the light was on too, by the way.
It's always, I know. I'm terrible with my car.
And
I am
you need
terrible.
you need an EV car, not a gasoline car. No offense.
So we're gonna plug it in, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh God.
Yeah, I know. I gotta remember to plug it in.
No, what? I can't help her. I cannot
Don't
help her
ask
now.
me for any. Don't ask me about car stuff. I'll be like, how do I put my air in?
I would say horse and carriage, and that would make it even worse.
She's gonna starve a goddamn horse, probably.
See? You see what I'm saying?
Yep, that's me. Or what's that sound? It's making me this weird clinking sound. What is it?
What could it sound?
No, I'm just saying, like in general, like I'll be like, oh, it's making some weird clinking sound, and I'll just be like trying to explain it. Like
yeah,
for any,
doesn't help a mechanic anytime, shape, way, or form. When I was a mechanic, I love when women come in and goes, here's a funny one, actually. The most funny one I have, actually. I get it when I was a mechanic, and I get a work order system, airbag light on. So the first thing we always do is road test the car, see if they would simulate the problem. Couldn't figure nothing out. So then, she comes back in a week. She goes to me, I'm still having a airbag light on. All right. You know what? How about you drive and I sit next to you and see, going the same route when it happens. To the T. No, nothing came on. third week comes in. See, same thing. You know what? I'm gonna sit in the back this time on purpose, but I want you to drive and do exactly what you do when it comes on. I go to school usually for that. Okay. She put her books on the seat. There were so many books. Every time she jumped, went over a bump, the books used to jump, and the airbag like used to come on for that reason. I looked at her like, you gotta be fucking kidding me,
Oh my god.
The second best one I have is I get a work order in saying, speak to my service manager. Like, what the fuck? I go speak to the service, like, don't start the car or anything. Goes, you're gonna have to push the car in. Like, why? She put diesel in it by accident.
Okay, I would never do that.
I go, why would she put diesel in? I want to know this. Like, and I see this on TikToks and shorts all the time.
Yeah.
She goes, oh, it's Christmas. She's on green stand for Christmas, and she used that one. I'm like,
wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
For some reason, I can see you doing that. Actually,
I believe it. I will not deny it. I'm serious. I'm that bad. I will never go into a mechanic by myself because they will rip me off like
that's not
none
how
other.
it's true anymore. It used to be like that back in the day. Now, if you find a good mechanic, they don't rip you off. Actually,
Even if they think you don't know what you're talking about.
A good mechanic will educate you in the process.
Okay, and a not good one will just be like, yeah, here you go. You need tires. You need this. You need that. And it's not true.
That's true. That's why you get a second opinion too.
Yeah.
Like that's an option. But I always tell people, women mostly, if you find a good mechanic, he's not going to rip you off. He's going to educate you and tell you this is what's wrong with it. This is why it went wrong, and this is how you prevent it next time. But you need to get it fixed now. Then you don't agree? All right, I'm listening.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you why I say no. So let's get about this particular part when you have a mechanic that you know. Most mechanics are male, right? If you're a woman of
About
a,
98% of it is only like a 2% woman.
I know, but here it is. If you know a particular mechanic and he's your friend, and you are a 5 to a 7 on the scale, there's a high chance that mechanic have interest in you, and you end up putting that person in their friend zone. It gets to a point that mechanic gets fed up being a friend zone and decides, you know what, I'm done being your friend. So I'm not sure that'll be the most logical thing to do right now in today's society. When most mechanics do have interest in their female friend in 8 times out of 10. Am I wrong, Miss Potter?
I think you're pretty right.
Because you're a mechanic, so you know damn well. So you can't act like you don't defend to a couple of good-looking women there, and you're the friend with them. And
I
they're
kept it
you.
professional. When I was a mechanic, even as a chef now,
Okay.
I kept it as very, very professional as possible. I'm not gonna sit there and tell them like, "Hey, sweetheart, if you take, let me take you out for dinner. I can drop the bill a couple $100." Like I was never that kind of person, and like I will break it down. I was lucky enough to work in shops that we didn't have that. The 1 or 2 shops I had that, and like I didn't last long. Like great example. Remember your whole Bluetooth problem, Alicia?
Yes.
Or your car? Who fixed it?
You did?
Yeah. And I showed you how to fix it next time it happens again.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a great example because I believe in education versus taking your money.
Right.
Very simple.
Yeah. Unlike the other.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alicia. Finish.
No, I was just gonna say, unlike others who would just be like, "Here you go. This is what you do." Like they pull out the oil stick or whatever, and then they just be like, "Here it is," and they let you stare at it. I'm like, okay.
And I did the same thing at the IT guy who have been to a lot of people's home and fix their computers. What I try to do is sit them down and not educate them, but lecture them and have them take notes. So in case of next time if this were to happen, they know what to do before I get there or take note of it.
Right.
Because just like
That's
you
good,
doing with
David.
mechanic or
Yeah.
doing people, some people make the same mistake whereby they get scammed.
Mm-hmm.
So I try my best to educate any customer I work with, regardless, because one, hear the real true story. I don't want to be in your house too many times fixing the same thing over and over. It get annoying. I was wondering, Are you clumsy or are you just very destructive? So if I was a
Right.
mechanic and I'm fixing the same problem several times over, I'm gonna look at you like, I talked to your car want to divorce you behind because the car don't trust you.
Sometimes it's not their fault because like some cars, like say S10s and the Santa Fe Hyundai's, like O4s, there are known for ball joint problems. For
I know,
example,
I'm aware of that. I mean, I know that a lot of car makers in, intentionally sell broken down cars on purpose or
it
cars
was a
not
broken
well.
down part. It just the wear and tear, the way they balanced the car wasn't balanced correctly, so all the weight was on the ball joint, so it wears down a
It,
lot faster.
it's structural design issue. Let me tell you something. I took a course back in high school out here. When you design cars, you understand the structural issue. And sometimes they know what the problem is, they refuse to fix it unless they get busted for it. And they get the recalls coming in. Because when it comes to design of different cars, the automaker know what they're doing. They do know. Issue is, it cost them too much to repair the car before they put it out. So they rather just sell it, make their money. If you caught onto it, okay, they have to pay the fine. If you don't caught onto it, whew, we dodged the bullet. That's the name of the game. It's sad,
Mm.
but that's how they've been doing business for the past couple of decades. It's shady, but when would I say? Sorry, I'm snitching.
It is shady. Unfortunately, it is a very shady business, mechanics, and even IT now too, David. You know that.
I know.
So let's play the next video really fast. We have one more on this topic. With this one's a little different. Men must protect women. I play the video, I want to see. Yes, David, don't roll your fucking eyes at me. So I want to see your guys' opinions on that. Go ahead, David. You go first.
Men protect women.
Mm-hmm.
Really, in 2025 now. I know
You know,
that
it
sounds
happens
good.
more often than you think, David. You know that.
I know. Sadly, I don't think people like my view. If she's not the girl you plan to marry, if she's not your wife, if she's not your mother, nor your sister, keep to yourself. Plain simple. Do not risk your life for anybody you don't know at all.
Mm-hmm.
That era that used to be known back in the 80s and the 90s is long gone. It's too damn risky to be a gentleman in an era of hyenas and vultures. You don't want to risk your life when you have so much going for you for somebody who looking to see who she can bring down the path of death. I learned it from the book of Proverbs. So, on that note, take heed to my warning. Public service announcement. Thank you.
Mariana.
um, for men to protect women. To be honest with you, I heard a couple stories for men getting stepped in and they end up getting killed. Um, I hate to say it, it's kind of risky. If it's God forbid, if it's let's say if it's your girlfriend, wife, sister, friend, that's a different situation. But if it's something, God forbid, something like broad daylight and this guy held a gun and a guy has to step in, then he end up losing his life. It's not like it used to be. And of course I agree with David because the culture changed a lot. It's not like, oh, we could step in. It's not like you if it's let's say if it's a group of men, that's different. But if it's one man, you can't. You can't. I'm sorry. Because you're being outnumbered. You feel like, you don't know what this other individual's capable. So um it's kind of scary and the world is a scary place, I would say. Very scary. And I don't think, and I'm sorry to say, and I can't, it's not for everyone to do that because I don't think it's not worth losing, it's not worth losing your life. So
Alicia,
So wait, are we saying like men protecting women that don't know each other,
in general,
or like in
in general,
general?
yeah, in general.
So in general, yeah, I would say there has to be a connection for you to for anyone to accept a man protecting their woman. Like you don't just go and say, oh, she just needs help. I'm going to help her. There has to be a connection. Like, why are you protecting her? Who is she to you? Like, there's that personal connection in order that I think like men, yeah, protect your woman, but make sure that there's a connection between you and that person before you
Mm-hmm.
go and just protect them.
About you, Sean.
Well, what's interesting, it lends to the point that I was making earlier that men love harder than women because regardless of their connection or relation to you, it's a risk, and we will take that risk. Now, to everybody's point, who do we take that risk for? Yeah, you probably shouldn't in this day and age take the risk for a stranger, but at the same time, it lends to the point of that original question of the sisterhood, is because women don't understand why men don't stand up as much as they used to, but don't take into account that some of those reasons are caused by their behaviors. And so if it's like Dave described, if you're a hyena, which is unfortunately a growing sensation, then that behavior is why you're not protected. They say that the Lord can only can give you correction and protection if you follow His direction. That goes the same way here in life. A man can only give you protection or direction. Protection or correction if you follow his direction. But unfortunately, that's not something that's a popular uh, stand when it comes between women and men, especially if it's a man you don't know.
I agree 100%. Because the thing issue also with that is, as much as we want to be the man, like, oh, you're walking down the street and this woman's getting beat the shit out of. If we get involved, then she might beat the shit out of you for some reason. But I think what I found very interesting with this scenario is, if a man is getting abused by a woman, nobody comes to his defense. No, not even one person.
Yeah.
But if a woman is getting abused by a man, everybody's flocking toward her to stop. I'm like, whoa, 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 chill, 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 chill. Why is that okay? Go ahead, David.
Good, interesting question to ask. As of lately, since 2023, 2024, they now realize it is a known issue. There are men who refuse to put their hand on a woman, knowing that the type of laws that we have in the United States from state
Mhm.
to state are never on the men's side of things. Correct. There have been multiple videos have been shown on the web, especially on YouTube, whereby men pay the price for not defending themselves in those type of situations when women take advantage of. This is where the problem comes to play. Let's be real. A woman can't hit a man and barely go to jail. Depending on which state where the Lord had that woman can walk away scot free. But as of lately, they're changing the law as fast as they can because they realize women like to abuse the system a lot, which is very true. I saw a couple of police videos whereby I didn't get to see the one that this man was chained down to a bathtub and he looked like a strong guy. I was like, what will have you get chained up and get tied to the bathtub? For what unknown? I'm trying to rationalize the logic of that happening, but at the same time, I'm not in that environment. But there are a lot of things that happen in people's home where you would never least suspect. If you watch a lot of cop videos, you come across, you start to ask yourself the same question: how long this been going on? How can no one speak about this much? But shout out to all the podcasts like the Fatties, I hate to say it, Anton Daniel, DJ him, and a few other out there, they speak on these type of topic because one, they're being portrayed that men are predators. The men are predators and women are the ultimate vultures. They pretend to be victim when they're actually more dangerous than men. They like to look for excuse because we have seen videos, shout out to the lead attorney, whereby she will call her brothers to get his friend to come jump a guy because he don't want to deal with her no more equality, and it lead to a case whereby he had to fight for life and defend himself in court.
Hmm.
These things are happening in a very alarming rate because women think they can abuse the system for their own advantage.
And to be honest with you guys, and you guys, if you remember, most of you guys know me very personally, like even Sean. So, and I spoke it on public. I'm actually doing a show Friday with King on this. So I was one of the person who got abused. Mariana knows who I'm talking about already. You met her, remember?
Yeah.
And let me
Ooh.
ask you a question before I even bring to the story. When you first met her, did you even respect her, abusing me?
To be honest, that was unexpected till I find out. I say, a little thing like that, and I'm like thinking, but she has a mouth. And then beyond that, I noticed it really kind of, I don't know what to say to that. You cannot
So
judge
it
a
was
book by
only
its
the
cover.
mouth. Yep, it was only the mouth. Fine, we all have mouths on it. Let's be straight up here,
Yeah.
guys. All right, we all can. But her hands was the issue. It's not only that like it was physical and verbally abused. The day that my neighbors called the cops on her because
Hmm.
she threw a garden scissor at me. Yes, I said garden scissor. She hit
A
me.
garden scissor?
Yeah,
Yes, garden scissor. I had
that's
a big ass
crazy.
black and blue down my back.
And this is what I've been
Oh
trying to
my.
talk about on past few years when I've been on panels. I know Sean have seen me on panel with him when I bring up society norm. And I've been told this is not Africa. I get it, it's not Africa, but in Africa, stuff like that don't go down without repercussion.
Absolutely.
Common sense. Don't hit somebody you don't want to be hit. When
Yeah.
you have women doing these type of things, here's the problem. The cop is not going to intervene. It is you attacking a man. They'll let you know you are barking up the wrong tree. Whatever happened, it's on you. But lately, they have laws for domestic violence, which I fully understand. But for women to abuse the system outside the United States or UK, it's not it's not allowed to pass. Because they know what women can do. That's why I point out the obvious. When you have a system in place where you put men at a disadvantage, what do you expect to happen? Now we have a new generation of men who are not raised like us, who have a moral compass or a moral foundation. If you try to do such a thing, God forbid, two of these things, just like two sides of the coin. They could be a product of a single household, a single parent household, more likely mom. Two things can happen. Either that guy have hatred towards mom, and when he see you do such a thing, he say, "I can't beat my mom. I might well beat you." Or the guy with the son husband. You have two sides of the equation. What you need to ask yourself is he a mama boy or he the mama beater?
So I'll use this example. When this happened to me, when the cops showed up, the first thing they said to me is, "Can I see your hands?" Like, why? Can I see your hands? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm not gonna hide. All right, good. You didn't hit her. I'm like, what? The first thing they thought the man wasn't wrong, and when they saw the black and blues, and guess what she got punished with? $150 ticket. That's it.
Wow.
And this is New Jersey, right?
PA.
EA.
PA, Commonwealth. Remember what I said, based on state law.
Yeah.
That means for most of the Commonwealth states, before they change the laws, it will take a while. That means you need to get a bunch of politicians who want to support that change of law in that particular state or particular county because there's an uptake, meaning if they want to do a statistic and find out a lot of women have been abusing the system and the rate is high, then they have a legal and just reason to have that law changed so it can hold women more accountable. Something that do not always because they had enough because the police station on multiple reasons have been reported and they said they're getting tired of it. There's no law that allow them to hold them responsible. This has been a known issue. We have done many conversations concerning the sisterhood. I can't call it a sisterhood. I had to call it the hyena hood. No one. If you make merch, I get royalty, 2%. But I'm being honest because watching the news, hear what's going on. You live in a neighborhood like my neighborhood, and you see the shenanigans as you walk by a couple of blocks, and you see the thing that's going on a regular basis. You got to ask yourself this question: are we in end time because society is deteriorating to something that doesn't make no sense, or there's the change of the guard whereby there's no more morality anymore? Yeah, women say they don't need a man. If you don't need a man, then let other men leave the country and leave the infrastructure for you to maintain and take care of. So when anything fall apart, don't call us. You figured it out. Climb off the roof when you're 60, the 60-foot floor or 80th floor, then get on the raft and talk your way down, and you figure that one out. Because how many women climb on high-rise building and clean the windows on the high-rise building?
Yeah, I know a few actually.
I know, but in multi
It's like a
0.
1 to 2%.
0.199 good. First and foremost, it's a very risky job. It's mostly be taken over by men. All the high risk job is mostly men that doing it.
Mhm.
Men risk their life to take out the fire. Yeah, they have women firefighter, but mostly men are doing it. Because
Mhm.
I have a friend of mine who was a firefighter. Not much. It weigh on you when you had to do the amount of equipment you had to carry. That's 90 pounds worth of equipment.
Jeez.
90 pounds. And not reducing it. I'm sorry, they're not like the military where they make some pre adjustment just to make sure you got that. No, you wearing the same thing everybody wearing 90 pounds. On top of that heavy coat, and you gotta go into a burning building, trying to save somebody? Like, you,
Mhm.
you serious?
Hmm. Sean, we got on this, my man.
Well, what's interesting is that we just mentioned the woman's standpoint, and we have a tendency to mention the woman's standpoint, and I agree with everything that's been said. Uh, but we also have to challenge why societal it's like that. And part of the reason why it's like that is because there are no consequences that are substantial for the behaviors. And I think legislatively and some of the suggestions that you said are some ways to address it. Because, for example, women specifically, are taking advantage of systems, and they do it very clearly. And when it comes down, you know, they put up the puppy dog eyes and the
Hmm.
turtle tears, and oh, I didn't know, when in fact it's very deliberate and very calculated. So if that behavior continues without consequence, we'll have the scenarios we're having. A good example of where eye opener or came was Shakari Richardson just recently when she got arrested for putting hands on her boyfriend, and she tried every way, distract, not taking accountability. We're going to use the word accountability. What comes with accountability are consequences, and unfortunately, there aren't too many consequences. So, while many people were concerned that she got arrested, I was kind of happy that it happened, because it was a eye opener for her, because she thought that she can talk her way, star her way, as far as her stardom, use that again, out of it. and her getting arrested and having to spend that time. I'm hoping for her pride, for her maturity, for her sanity, that it helped her have a humbling moment and experience, that she will understand the severity of her behavior, so that she can and that can continue. Go ahead, David. I see you.
Sean, you and I have been on multiple panels when we mentioned the A word, accountability. How many times that you and I get shut down, get argued at, or be called out? Oh, we don't hold men. Oh, you'll come back. They'll say we don't hold men accountable enough. We don't do this against men enough. Me and Sean have been on multiple panels. We mentioned the A word. Oh no. Oh. What about the man? What about the man this? What about the man that? And we
What happens
stand
when people
on.
bring the A word, like you call it, or accountability the correct way, is guess what? People lose their shit because they don't like being called out on their shits.
I just saw a clip from Fatty when OG of Audio OG, talking to the Mayor, lost it. And I'm like, oh, old school OG Tommy. He have been giving the warning for the longest, the A word, and everybody say he's a misogynist. But when you hear the thing that we make excuse about for ages, and how many talk shows do we had in mainstream that bash men
Oh my
since
God.
since the 80s?
Hmm.
Hmm? When do you ever have a talk show where men bash a woman? Never. Because we won't stay on mainstream. Maybe late night when everybody dead sleep. If it's
Hmm.
not Oprah, it's Ricky Lake. If it's
Hmm.
not Ricky Lake, it's Jenny Jones. If
Hmm.
it's not Jenny Jones, the Queen Latifah show. If it's not the Queen Latifah show, it's The View. If it's not The
Hmm.
View, it's The Real. If it's not The Real, what a bullshit talk show out there since the 80s and the 90s have been bashing men saying men not good enough. We need to step up. We hear the same thing
Mm-hmm.
over and over and
Oprah's
over
the
and
worst one, I
over.
think, because they say she's a very sexist person.
Who?
Oprah.
Oprah was the worst of them all. She was the queen.
Hmm.
She was the queen.
Yes.
But here's the thing. A lot of women want to act like that never happened or never existed. And they were
Oh
on
yeah, of
main
course.
airway. Every household was able to see it.
Hmm.
So when we bring it up, when we bring the receipt and we get the pushback, Sean was there. There's many times I want to lose it. The one old fogey good for nothing piece of a rag from Chicago was trying to ask me why I'm here. And I want to give her the African ass whooping with words. Call her the undesirable element, which she could never read the dictionary and find out what that means. So it's what it is. She just proved my point of the level of ignorance. This is why we say what I say. When we want to build our brotherhood, one want to come in and invade in and say, "Oh, did not how you put the feel." And this the number one phrase. Sean know this. We want to tell us how a man's supposed to be. Last I checked, I'm from the motherland. I'm from Africa. The only people that teach me how to be a man are actually men, not women. We'll talk. Whenever women want to tell me how to be a
All right.
man, I'm wondering who are you talking to. Okay.
All right. I have one more video for us
Uh,
tonight.
Things in love, whether it's romantic love or love for a child, especially a little girl, would be protecting them. I don't want a woman that I can't save from a castle and a dragon, because a man wants to be a hero. He wants to go through that pain and sacrifice for that woman. And if he comes home to a woman that cannot acknowledge that, or that thinks that she can do it as good or better, then what the fuck is he in the house for? Men protecting women in that way is probably one of the most beautiful things there is about love. I think one of the most fulfilling things.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That era was gone in the early 2000s, late 90s. When
Okay.
he bring that today time,
Like,
oh man, want to do this. Last I checked, women have been saying what a man can do, the woman can do better. You ever heard that phrase? How long that phrase been going on in today's societies? Hmm?
The
What a
90s,
man
I
can
think.
do, what a man can do, a woman can do better. How long that fight have been going on in the airway?
There
Oh yeah,
was there
that's
was a
Too
been.
long.
commercial. Yeah, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
So hearing that man saying that, I'm like, he came out for a time machine.
You're an asshole.
Oh, that's level one asshole. I haven't got to level 10 yet, asshole. But that's the point. This is the real me, the nerd style who wants to really rip a new one to every dumb talking point. Like, are you are you for real? We had the Papa Bro movement going on for the past 10 years, and you got this one speaking this nonsense. Like, what side of the country you came out from? You serious? All the wedding stores in the United States shut it down because you know what? No one want to get married. To who? There's no,
And it's a lot of that now. They don't
it's
want to
not
get
that.
married.
There's no sisterhood. There's hyenahood. Let's change that title.
Mhm.
They want to burn down the sisterhood and bring it a hyenahood with no moral compass. They always right and we always wrong. Is that not the motto? Tell me if I'm wrong.
No, no. The motto is "Happy wife, happy life." That's the motto.
Bullshit. I don't
No,
believe in that.
I'm
Mhm.
saying I agree, but that's the the the
Should
saying that
be,
Happy spouse, happy house.
yeah.
yeah,
Sean,
I agree.
Sean,
Mhm.
What I'm
I
saying is that's the statement, that's the saying that is advocating this type of behavior, and
Sean,
I don't
I had a
agree.
I had a deacon who came to me with that nonsense and tell me that nonsense. I asked him, where you see that in the scripture? I said, when you can show it to me, I will believe it. Until then, show me. He kept quiet.
Dave, we're not disputing it. I'm not saying that it's a good thing. I'm just saying that's the saying that highlights that type of behavior and that mentality. And I don't agree with the saying like you just described. I do like the happy spouse, happy house. I agree with that.
Here's
But
the thing.
go ahead.
I've been the weirdo in this society for more than 30 years because I don't follow society norm. I've been told I need to get my brain checked. And now it's time to find out it's not me that need to get my brain checked. The country to get their brain checked. Because I've been calling out from very jump. Let's not forget a few years back on BMU Network, I got pulled out for calling Kim Kardashian zero point 0.5. And fast forward, I've been proven correct. I didn't get no apology since then. Who want to mess with a effed up version of weird science? We know that movie.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
I'm,
remember.
it's like, how long will you continue this BS? Happy? I
See, at
can't
the end
even
of the day,
think.
if you're not happy yourself as a man or woman, it doesn't matter. Happy spouse, happy man, happy wife, whatever saying you want to use. If you're not happy in your household, you're going to be miserable. If you guys don't agree on, okay, let's paint the wall red versus black or orange or whatever color you guys decide, it doesn't matter. If you're not happy with that, or you guys are buying a new vehicle for the family, not for you or for her, you're going to share a vehicle. She wants a Honda versus a Ford. Like, you guys have, I know these are stupid examples, but these examples do make a difference. You have to. The hell is in your mouth, David?
You understand the symbol?
Oh, you want a sound effect? I got you. Could have asked for it.
Because I hear the story of all the people who to be car dealership when they say they walk in, they work in there, and a woman and a couple come in there and see the man face the person, and she doing all the talking, and he's quiet. If I were the car dealer in that scenario, I would have given a symbol sign. Let me know if we need help. Do this, or let me know if we can. Like, what the hell? Like, whatever state you are in, along the law to support them, they can abuse it.
True. So my issue with that right now, David, Mariana, Alicia, Sean,
Mhm.
it's a stupid saying with that we need to move forward from that. If you guys both
Mhm.
are not equally happy in your household, in your marriage, your relationship, your friendship, whatever it is, it's never going to work out.
Mhm.
Sean, you're the wise man from our group usually. What do you think?
I agree. You if you don't see the same vision, you can't get to the get to that vision. And whose vision it is not a concern. It's about, that could be arguable rather, but the
Mhm.
point is you gotta be able to look at the same goal and be able to understand that you're pursuing the same goal, the same vision. And a lot of times there's a disconnect there. So we don't
I'll be
ever.
honest, Sean. You haven't been on for a while, but I missed your ass, Peacock.
Disconnect.
Yeah,
No, it's a reason why we call him Peacock.
we won't get into that story today, but there is.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now I'm curious.
Ask Sean. If you Sean's want to share, that's his story. If he wants to share it, I'm okay with it. That's up
Uh,
to him.
well, when I had a experience with an ex of mine, intimate experience, and it was a memorable moment. She shed tears, but we woke up and literally there was a peacock outside the.
Oh my God.
I might be.
What
That's
in the
why.
world?
That's why I call him Peacock from now on. For what? 2 years I call you Peacock.
Right, and I'm
All
in a
right.
rural area. It's not like I'm in a place where peacock should be. I've never seen a peacock before, and I haven't ever since. And so it was just a moment that I was able to embrace and share that was uncanny. So, when I share that moment, it was deep. It had a deeper meaning. I felt like it was a sign. I felt a lot of things about it. But the point is that uh, the only way I could describe it or summarize it, because the moment between us was magical. It was like one of the most magical moments we had ever had. And we spoke about magical moments, I think, when I brought up the story. And I kind of let everybody know what happened in that moment, and hence my nickname Peacock has been.
Sean Bowden, the Brotherhood agency to let you know you have an interview to see if you'll keep your bro card or not with that story.
All right, guys. Let's
Well,
start getting our final thoughts. Let's do it as we came in. Let me get you guys in order. Yeah. Okay. So Sean, you go first. Alicia second. Ariana third, and Baby Groot last. Go
okay.
ahead, Sean.
My final thought is let's just let there be more love. I advocate for love. I advocate for loving one another, which starts with loving yourself. And how we do is through truth and honesty, transparency, which is a difficult thing for us to do without getting offended. So let there be love. Let's not take it so personally when we get offended. Let's be honest about it so that we can get a resolution to it. And it will help not only your immediate circle, your inner circle, as we were speaking about today, or your sisterhood. It will also help society, because we'll be able to get along a lot better. So, with that being said, Peacock is out.
Alicia, you're up, hon.
I would say sisterhood. It's part of our girl togetherness. It'll always be something important to us girls, and yes, men are important to us too, but you can't break that sister bond, and I just feel like it's there. And no matter how close some might be, we might be closer to others and not compared to others, but we also look out for each other as girls. And I don't think anything will ever break that up or stop that from happening in life with girls. And some might take it to the extreme and like not care about like if there's what your man has to say or anything else. But overall, sisters are there for sisters and they protect each other.
Mhm.
Yes, I agree with Alicia about women had to look, as sisters. We had to make sure we look out for each other, but we also have to look out for men because I feel like they get left out. Um, Especially, the ones you care for, a friend, a brother, father, husband, boyfriend, whatever. We have to look out for them. But I'm not gonna go to the extreme, like sisterhood, like being like I will say like pro feminist because they be like anti this, anti family, anti whatever the case is. That's a whole different subject. Um, but yeah, we're here for a reason, and we always have to look out for each other and always give advice and in hand, and we do no matter what. And if somebody needs a helping hand, especially when somebody's going through hard times, always help out, no matter what it is. Um, I will be, I'm gonna, be a sister, a mother, whatever the case is, I will help out. And, and I also help my brother when he is struggling, whatever the case is. So sisterhood also had to help in all levels, not only, our our ourselves, but we had to help you know in all overall. We had to be like brothers and sisters looking out for each other. That's all I have to say.
My final thought. Well, let's put it like this. There used to be a sisterhood. Now the question is, do you either have a sisterhood or you have a hyena hood? Because there's been a great divide as of lately. Women now started picking their side. Either they stay on the side of where women's supposed to be, the AKA pick me, AKA true wifey, or they stay on the other side where you have the feminists, AKA the hyena hood. There would have been a great topic. Sorry that I missed it because I had some pain. If you see me doing all this, I'm trying to relieve the pain because it's annoying and it's bothersome. I don't want to punch the screen out of pain or start punching the brick wall or something like that because it's annoying, but I'm trying to deal with it until I can get a chiropractor to realign this area. So this is where I'm putting the pain at. But other than that, this is a great conversation. I'm thinking this conversation to go a little further than this because there's a lot of questions I have not been able to ask concerning this topic about so-called sisterhood and solidarity because there's now a great divide, big time. Multiple platforms are now addressing it. Some people are in for the real actual one with moral foundation, moral fortitude, while you have some, what I'm going to throw shade at, or so-called pretty intelligent, more like pretty ignorant. And you got another one called the public defender, more like a public jackass. Yes, I said it. You got a problem. Other than that, that is my final thought.
All right, guys. I want to thank everybody coming in, especially Sean. Sean, thank you for coming in. Just remember, dude, you're always welcome here. I send you the link, so the new time is 8:30 for a while. So hopefully you can make it, brother. So let's do a quick schedule update and let's get the heck out of here because 5:30 comes really fast for me to wake up. So tomorrow is Shining Kings. David and Wally will be speaking about that. And on Thursday, Coach and Paul will be talking about finance stress. Oh, I don't want to be on. And actually, we're actually having a show on Friday. For right now, still on 9:30, but I got to talk to actual King Smith about that. So we will be speaking similar topic we spoke to a little bit today. We touched base a little bit, but we're gonna get real details on it on Friday. Me and King will be of abuse, every shape, way, or form, verbal, and oh yeah, it's gonna be anybody wants to join and want to be welcome to comments. We expect as much feedback as possible.
I'll
Mm,
join.
Yeah. You want to join that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what
man.
Go ahead, Sean.
what time?
Right now it's like 9:30, but I might move it to 8:30. I gotta talk to King first to make sure he's cool with that
Yeah,
because
Eastern.
that would be a very touchy subject right there.
the
Is that
reason
East?
he was. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Sean. Go ahead.
That Eastern.
Yes. So I'll send you the link. But the reason we came up with the topic, I was actually in Maryland having my vacation with him, and he were talking. That subject came up because he believes it's double standard. He goes, "I'll do a show." I go, "Well, why don't you use me?" And I'm a perfect example. Like, that's a great idea. So that's where we're at with that. Now, then on Saturday, that moved to 8:30. Like I said, it will be Wolverine versus the Punisher. Claws, guns, or no mercy. This is gonna be a fun one. Except that, guys. Sean, last words before we go.
I missed you guys too. Thank you for
Bro, you always have a hell. You'll always have a seat on my table. You know that. Alicia?
I would just say girls, boys, and like men, women, like we all just get along, like we all appreciate each other and just get along, sisters, brothers, just enjoy peace and love.
All right. And Mariana, last word? Witch doctor?
Look out for only look out for each other. Look out for each other, because if you don't look out for each other, I don't know how, you have to. We there, we have that purpose. So that's all.
All right, David. Last thing?
Charm school and the Punisher always getting to lose a battle. That's what I'm gonna say.
All right, guys. As always, I am the Spartan. He is Peacock. That is Alicia, the Witch Doctor, Baby Groot. As always, stay fresh, stay safe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Bear paw.